Hey, I'm Manny Apollonio, and if you are not feeling great about yourself because you've just been laid off, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about ways that we can calm the concerns you're having right now about money, and we're going to put you on the best path forward so you can find your next job. Disclaimer, I am a great financial planner, but I probably am not your financial planner yet. This is not advice specific to your situation. If you would like specific advice for your situation, please get yourself in front of a certified financial planner and a tax professional. If you recently lost your job due to a layoff, it's very likely that you are going through either shock, a flight or fight response. You are grieving because this is a loss like any other loss. It's a shock, and it is important to recognize that and take time to process what is happening. In this time that you are processing your emotions around your layoff, I don't want you to make any decisions around money just yet. Chances are you're going through the stages of grief, which, if you want a refresher, that's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I really urge you to at least give yourself a week to kind of process. You don't have to hit the ground running right now. You don't have to update your LinkedIn. Take a minute, take a breath. In this moment, you are probably okay and taken care of, and we will find a way to get you into a place where you do not have to worry about the money and you feel optimistic about what your job opportunities are in the future. If you are going through a layoff, it can feel like it is happening just to you and only you, and I want you to know that there are other folks going through the same thing right this very moment. Twitter, for example, laid off 3,700 employees. That's nearly half of its global employees. On November 9th, after weeks of speculation, Meta announced mass layoffs for 11,000 of its employees. On January 20th, Alphabet, parent company of Google, sent a memo written by their CEO, Sundar Pichai, announcing that 12,000 of the employees would be laid off. And in a memo sent to employees on January 18th, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella announced that the company is making changes that will result in 10,000 jobs being eliminated through the end of March. And I'm not even done. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff announced on January 4th that the B2B software company plans to cut 7,000 jobs. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy announced on the 4th of January in an internal memo that they would plan to cut 18,000 jobs worldwide in their initial round of layoffs. So, first thing you're going to want to do is file for unemployment. You're going to check your eligibility. You're going to check things like, have you earned enough wages during the base period? Are you totally or partially unemployed? Unemployed through no fault of your own? Are you physically able to work? Available for work? Ready and willing to accept work? Note that you must serve a 1-week unpaid waiting period on your claims before you are paid UI benefits. The waiting period can be served if you certify your benefits and meet all the eligibility requirements for that week. You're going to have to certify your benefits every 2 weeks. Basically, in this process, you're going to answer basic questions every 2 weeks that tells the state that you are still unemployed and eligible to continue receiving benefits and payments. Your claim of your payment could be delayed if you answer these questions incorrectly, and there's actually a YouTube video, Unemployment Benefits Certification Question Information, and it's linked below. If you get an answer from the unemployment office that says you've been denied benefits, you can appeal the decision. You will get a phone call from someone at unemployment to talk to you over the phone about what can be done at that point. But be your own advocate and stay on top of it. For most folks filing an unemployment insurance claim, they are required to register for what's called Cal Jobs. In this, you're going to create an online resume that'll be viewed by employers, and you got to do this within 21 days of receiving your form DE 804, otherwise known as the Notice of Requirement to register for work. Failure to do this is going to result in maybe a delay or loss of your benefits. And guess what? Of course, there's another video on YouTube right here, my favorite place. It's called Register for Cal Jobs and post your resume. One of the things I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you take a look at what it costs to run your household. This is otherwise known as a spending plan or a budget. If you've not done this before, this is now your opportunity. I want you to take all of the expenses that are discretionary and all of the expenses that are non-discretionary and put them on a list. If it's a non-discretionary expense, it's going to be things like rent, your mortgage, HOA, your car payment, your car insurance, all of those things that like you cannot not pay for, those are things that are called non-discretionary. Other things that might not be completely necessary right now, I mean, you could always make an argument, but for right now, it's time to kind of just like pare down just for right now. That's like the key thing. It's just for right now, it's not forever. But things like going to the movies, going out for dinner, getting massages, getting your nails done, like these things are all the extra things that maybe like one of them doesn't necessarily feel like it's taking away from your budget, but you know, enough of them, it's gonna be an issue. So let's make sure that we rein in any discretionary spending just for right now. Next, I want you to take a look at like where you have all of your cash stashed and add up like how many months you have in reserve. This is probably gonna be your emergency fund. Roth IRA withdrawal and penalty rules vary depending on your age and how long you've had the account. Other factors too will play a part, so make sure you're taking a look at those details. You can withdraw contributions you've made to your Roth IRA anytime, tax and penalty free. However, you may have to pay taxes and penalties on earnings in your Roth IRA. Note too that you're gonna get your unpaid vacation time and your severance. Severance is not guaranteed. That is a nice to receive, but they are not required to pay you severance. I mean, unless that's in your employment contract, but usually it's not. And also you're gonna receive unemployment insurance, right? So you're gonna have different sources of income during this time, so make sure you keep that into account as you are putting together your budget. Okay, and the next thing you're gonna wanna consider is your health insurance. If you have an employer that had been paying for your health insurance, now you can continue to use that same health insurance, except you're gonna have to pay for the portion that your employer had been paying for previously. So you might be surprised to find that your insurance health premium is actually much higher than what you had previously been doing. So it might be worth it actually to shop around on the open health insurance market to see if maybe you can get a better deal for your family. Cobra is available to you, but it might not be the best deal. So take a look at what you can find on the health insurance open market. All right, next, I want you to look at your 401k. 30 days after the day of separation, you're able to roll over that 401k into an IRA. If you have a 401k, you have a few options. You can leave the 401k right where it is, which is under the administration of your former employer, which sounds a little iffy to me, but you know, that's you. If you want, you can roll over your 401k, preserve all of those tax benefits, and roll it over into an IRA. An IRA can be opened almost anywhere that is a money institution, but essentially you're gonna take the money that was in your 401k, roll it over into your IRA, and then from there, choose which investments are right for you. You might use the help of a financial planner in this process. I like this because clients then are able to retain control of their own money. They don't have to go through an administrator at their former firm to get access to their own money. Also, the world of investment options kind of opens up once you have funds added into an IRA. Next, you're gonna work on updating your LinkedIn, your resume, you're gonna look for jobs, you're gonna start networking, and you're gonna keep a spreadsheet to keep track of everything that you are doing. In my personal experience, looking for a job has been very emotionally taxing. I had a lot of like self-doubt, a lot of feelings of like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I need to get more skills, I need to go back to school. And that might be the case or might not be the case for you. I might offer reframing this layoff and job loss as an opportunity to like really take stock of your own values and see if you can use this opportunity to find a job that better suits you. Maybe one that will be more fulfilling in the long run. Your perspective on this situation is going to determine your success. If you are, I'm gonna get a little woo-woo. If you are living in a world in your mind of scarcity, you're gonna attract scarcity. But if you live in this like headspace that says that, hey, I am deserving of a great job and I am deserving of a wonderful employer, maybe that's what you'll attract. One of the things that has worked for me when I've gone through periods of job loss is that I've had to stay very closely to a routine, and that included like waking up at the same time every day, eating all 3 meals, getting exercise, even down to like when I get up in the morning, I have to take a shower, get dressed as if I was gonna go to work, and then put shoes on. Something about that process or that routine got my mind in a place where I could then sit down in front of my computer for a time and work on a spreadsheet of prospective employees. Mindset is gonna be so key right now, and you're gonna have to maintain a great attitude around what's just happened. There are gonna be days when it doesn't feel great because you've heard nothing back from any of the people that you sent resumes to. There are gonna be times when it's gonna be difficult. Like emotionally, you're gonna be drained, you're not gonna wanna put in the effort. And one thing that has helped me in situations where I'm, let's face it, like a little depressed or a little exhausted is I've had to take stock of everything that is going well in my life. And I do that through a gratitude list. A gratitude list is 10 things that I list down. It could be like in a text message that you share with one person, or you don't have to share it with anyone at all. But when I'm feeling like low and I don't have the energy that I normally do, I put together a gratitude list, and somehow that helps to like just lift me up out of myself. And on that list, I'm thinking of all the things that I'm grateful for, because like I said before, like take stock of everything that is good and going well. Try not to focus on things that are not going so well. Just know this, that nothing is forever and everything is temporary. So this discomfort and this feeling of uncertainty and fear, let that subside. The feelings will pass too. It's gonna be your consistent behaviors and actions and the intention you put into maintaining a mindset that is one of growth and wealth and prosperity. All right, so that was my list of things that I would recommend to a friend who is coming to me after experiencing a layoff. I hope that was helpful. Of course, if there's anything I missed, and I'm sure I missed quite a few tips, just drop them down in the comment section below. And you don't know, the idea that you share might be helpful to someone else who's having a hard time. So don't be shy, drop a comment below with your best tips for finding a job. Post away. I wanna wish you prosperity and abundance in all things, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.